Well, good morning. Good morning. Good to see you guys. Thanks for coming up today. We heard a very short reading from the Gospel of Matthew, and Jesus was talking in it about harvest. Does anybody know what a harvest is? What's a harvest? Is it a vest? It is, well, not that I know of, though you might know more than I do about it. That's certainly possible. Harvest happens when we, plant things often in the ground. How many of you have ever planted a seed in the ground? Maybe you've done it already this spring. And what normally comes up when you plant a seed? A plant. Sometimes the plant has what? Something you can... Yeah, a plant can grow from the seed, exactly, and food can grow from the plant. You're exactly right. And when we pick these things, and you've maybe picked some tomatoes before, we call this a harvest. And Jesus was talking about a harvest, but a different kind of harvest. He said the harvest is ready. It is plentiful. It means there is a lot to harvest. So if you like tomatoes, that means there are lots of tomatoes on the bush. But the laborers are few, Jesus said, which means there aren't many people to pick. And in particular, he was talking about not tomatoes, but the gospel itself. But you know what? He said, though the laborers are few, when you have faith, which is what you've been given, when Jesus says, I love you, and I will keep you always, well, he makes you into a laborer. So I'm going to exercise this and have you practice with me, and we're going to practice a little planting and maybe a little harvesting for the congregation. And we'll do it this way. We're not going to plant a tomato seed, but we're going to plant a word. And this is how God uses us. We're going to say, Jesus loves you. Can you say that with me? We're going to practice on 3 very quietly. 1, 2, 3. Jesus loves you. Now let's try it a little louder, kind of a medium voice. 1, 2, 3. Jesus loves you. All right, now we're going to try it one more time, really loud, and we're going to let everyone know this good news. And we'll be part of the harvest in this way. So on 3, as loud as you can. 1, 2, 3. Jesus loves you. Well, here is the good news. Now you have received it, and you've also shared it. And God is using you this way. Thank you for coming up. Thanks for being part of the harvest. You can go back and sit with your families.